Hi, preschool class. This is Miss Jen with another science video. So we are in the month of February and we are talking about friendship and kindness. And this month's science project is going to be Play-Doh. So we are going to be making homemade Play-Doh. And then we're going to talk about the results of what happened, of all the things that you mixed in and how you made it and what does it feel like. So let's get started. So the things that you're going to need is this is a bag of flour and salt that I sent you. And then you should also have a little container. This has red food coloring and some oil in it. So the only ingredient that you need to add that I didn't give you is water. So a mom, dad, or whoever's helping you is going to need to get water. And what you're going to need is just a 1/4 cup of water. So I also gave you a cup that you can pour your water in. So you just need to measure out 1/4 cup of water. And you can have it in this cup just so it's easier for you to pour when you mix it. So I'm going to mix this, I guess, with my hands. So you could decide if you want to do it with a spoon, if you don't want to touch all the grease stuff, and mix it with your hands. And so I have my bag of flour. So what this is 1 cup of flour, and it's a 1/2 cup of salt. And in here is just 1 tablespoon of oil and 10 drops of food coloring. And like I said, you're just going to have just a 1/4 cup of water. So 1/4 cup of water, 1 tablespoon of oil, 10 drops of red food coloring, 1 cup of flour, and 1/2 cup of salt. So I'm going to dump my salt and my flour into my bowl. So this is a kind of a cool science project because you actually get to keep it and play with it. And one of the other things that I did was I gave you some little Play-Doh cutters. They're cookie cutters, but you can use them to play with Play-Doh so you can make shapes. So we got our flour and our salt, and all you're going to do is mix in. Doesn't matter which one goes in first. So you can mix in your oil and your food coloring right into your bowl, just like that. Just dump it in, and then you're going to take your water, and then you're going to mix it in, just like that. So it would probably help if you have a spoon, because that way you're not going to get the food coloring on yourself. So my husband bought me this bracelet. We have matching ones. So I'm going to take this off before I start mixing it and put it to the side. So you could use a spoon just so you don't get your hands all messy and you don't get the food coloring on you. So you're just going to take it and you're going to mix it. So there's what it looks like so far. I don't know if you can see it. And you're just going to mix it until it feels like it's Play-Doh. So you're going to keep mixing and mixing and mixing. So if whoever is making this with you, if you see that you put too much water or not enough water, you could always add more flour, or you could add more water, depending on how dry it is. So all you're going to do is just keep mixing it. See? You're just going to keep mixing it. So after you mix it, it just feels like Play-Doh. So you're going to just keep taking your fingers or your spoon, and you're just going to keep mushing it. So once you get all the ingredients all mixed together, then it's going to form into like a Play-Doh ball. So we're going to keep doing it. I'm going to use both of my hands. And you're going to keep smushing it together. And then once you get it all smushed, you got to keep working with it for a while, and then it's going to turn into Play-Doh. So you're going to keep smushing, smushing, smushing. I'm going to get some more of my Play-Doh from down there. So make sure you do this in an area where you're not going to get too messy. So it's not going to get on anything, because you're going to keep squishing, squishing, squishing. So it's kind of fun because it's just like Play-Doh and you're just squishing it and it's all stuck to my fingers. So you're going to keep squishing it. So like you said, if you feel like it's too dry, just have mom give you a little bit more water. So in the Play-Doh, when you're done with the Play-Doh, you could take the baggie that I gave you and put it back in there to store it so then it doesn't dry out. Because you know, if you leave Play-Doh out, it does dry out. So you're going to put it in the bag just so it doesn't dry out. So you got to see, oh, this is a lot of work for my finger muscles because you're going to keep doing it. You're going to keep squishing and squishing and squishing until all your Play-Doh is no longer dry. So it feels more like Play-Doh. And get it off my fingers. So I'm going to move my bowl over so you can see it's my Play-Doh so far. So if you take it, even if you have your tray, and then you're just going to squish it, squish it, squish it. And keep working with it. So the more you play with it, the better it's going to feel. When you play with it, you make it soft and you make it more stretchy so you can play with it. So you have fun with this science project and you could tell me how yours came out and all about the measurements. That means the amount of things that you put inside there and how it came out. So there's my Play-Doh. So let's see, I'm going to smush it out and I'm going to make a shape. So I gave you these cutters. Let's see, I'm just going to cut it out. Look, I got a shape. There's a heart in there. I made a Play-Doh heart. So I'm excited to see how your Play-Doh turned out and if you had fun doing the science experiment. And I'll see you later on this week. Bye, preschool class.